Namaste. On behalf of United Consciousness, I, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, welcome all of you in this grand celebration of United Nations International Yoga Week. Friends, when you close your eyes and ask this question from yourself, what kind of life do you want for yourself and your kids? A general answer that generally pops up in everybody's mind is, I want my kids to be physically healthy. I want them to be mentally peaceful. I want them to be emotionally stable. I want them to be spiritually happy, professionally satisfied, socially compassionate, environmentally responsible, and globally connected. But then we open our eyes to see what? We see that we are living in a world where every single moment somebody is losing his life just because of the lifestyle diseases, which could have easily been saved. We see a world where professional hazard and burnt out has been declared as a professional phenomena by WHO. We get up to see the world where loneliness is causing that much damage to the health as if we are smoking 15 cigarettes every day. 700,000 people are committing suicide. It is much more than all the casualties of the world due to war put together. A very big percentage of people are living life without any purpose, any significant purpose for life. Estimate says that $1 trillion is the cost of the total emotional depression to the world. And dear friends, as United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres rightly said, that this generation is the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation to do something about it. Probably this is the reason United Nations declared 21st of June as the World International Day of Yoga. That people should come together and practice yoga, because yoga is not merely the discipline of postures, it's an art and science of peace. Where yamas contribute into social well-being, niyamas into personal well-being, asanas into physical well-being, pranayama, pratyahara into psychological well-being, and dharana, dhyana, samadhi into spiritual well-being. Yoga is internal sanitizer. It purifies our external behavior, internal behavior, our body, our mind, our senses. It purifies ourself completely. Probably you knew it, that it also contributes significantly into sustainable development goal achievements. There are many SDGs goals which can easily be achieved if world goes for a yogic life. On this grand occasion of International Yoga Day, United Consciousness is celebrating International Yoga Week starting from 13th of June till 21st of June. Dear friends, people, experts, masters from around 120 plus countries are coming together. Participants are coming together. There will be discussions, there will be discourses, there will be demonstrations of yoga practices, there will be deep meditations. Together we will develop. Together we will assure our holistic well-being so that depression, tension, stress, breakdown, burnt out, friction, overload triggers, these words should go back to their mother discipline. Leave the human life and psychology so that we can live a fully functioning life. A fully functioning, happy life is the birthright of everybody. And for that, this celebration is. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav ji, Honorable Minister of Ayush, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Inder Singh Parmar ji, Honorable Minister of Culture, State, Shri Dharmendra Singh Lodhi ji, for contributing in this event and guiding us. Would also like to thank our mother organization, Project Self, our sister organizations, United Global Peace Foundation. European Yoga Federation, Yoga Australia, OSACTIV, and other significant organizations across the 6 continents who have contributed in the success of this event. So stay tuned in your mobile phones, on your TV. Let's get benefited with this International Day of Yoga, because we all deserve peace and happiness. Thank you. Namaste, friends. Adi Shankaracharya created one of the most profound scriptures, commentaries on Advaita Vedanta. The theme of Vedanta is the theme of yoga also, oneness, union. Celebrating that oneness, Government of Madhya Pradesh has created world's biggest monument of Adi Shankaracharya in Madhya Pradesh called Ekatma Dhama, the epitome of oneness, which is the message of yoga also, with the message Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, all pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one. When this Ekatma Dham is celebrated across the planet, people sent us lots of messages speaking all pervading consciousness in their own language. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, from all parts of the world, celebrating the spirit of yoga. Let's listen to them.
La coscienza è onnipervadente. Il tutto è nell'uno e l'uno è nel tutto.
Nella coscienza onnipervadente, l'uno è in tutti e tutti sono nell'uno.
Her şeyi yayılan bilinç,
Bir hepimiz için, hepimiz bir için.
Alldurchdringendes Bewusstsein, alles in einem, eines in allem.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one.
Всеохватывающее сознание, одно во всех и все в нем.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one.
Desde México, uno para todos, todos para uno.
La conscience omniprésente, une pour tous, tous pour une.
만상에 존재하는 의식, 하나가 곧 만물이요, 만물이 곧 하나입니다.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
Todo es una única conciencia, uno para todos y todos para uno.
A consciência que tudo permeia, por todos, todos por
Alle heersende consciousness, een vir almal en almal vir een.
すべてに浸透する意識。一人はみんなのために、みんなは一人のために。
All pervasive consciousness, all in one, one in all.
सर्वम खलविदम ब्रह्म, एक में सब और सभी में एक.
Sve prožimajuća svijest, jedan za sve, svi za jednog.
Η ανώτερη συνείδηση, όλοι για έναν και ένας για όλους. Να είμαστε...
Всепроникна свідомість, один за всіх і всі за одного.
Sve prožimajuća svijest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
La conciencia lo impregna todo. Todos para uno y uno para todos.
Пробудена свест, един за сите, сите за еден. Илия Даов, Македонија.
jedno vo všetkom a všetci v jednom.
Всепроникающее сознание. Один за всех, все за одно.
Allgenomträngande bevissthet, en för alla för en.
Conștiința atotpătrunzătoare, unul pentru toți, toți pentru unul.
Sva prožimajuća svest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
Toda la conciencia omnipresente, uno para todos y todos para uno.
Sve prevađujuća svijest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
Visu caurvijošā apziņa. Viena visiem, visi vienai.
सर्वव्यापी चेतना एक सबैका लागि सबै एकका लागि धन्यवाद.
अखंड सर्वव्याप्त चैतन्यम എല്ലാവർക്കുൾ ഉള്ള ഏകബോധം.
All pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
La conciencia todo lo penetra, uno para todos y todos para uno.
All pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
Namaste. nañu tasaare xel mu sell bi pour ñëpp kenn pour ñëpp ñëpp pour kenn. Namaste.
Mindent átható tudatosság, egy mindenki egyért.
All providing consciousness, one for all for one.
Pervading consciousness, all for one for all.
Ohio, Tanga, Vanui, Kotahi, Mote, Katoa, Mote, Kotahi.
Alles doordringend bewustzijn, één voor allen, allen voor één.
Conciencia omnipresente, uno para todos, todos para uno.
Kui tu kui pi conciencia.
Eso.
La conciencia que está en todo, todo está en uno y uno está en todo.
Todo es conciencia, uno somos todos, todos somos uno.
Có tâm thức chung lan tỏa, mọi người vì mọi người, mọi người vì một người.
Conciencia omniabarcante, uno para todos, todos para uno.
Una conciencia omnipresente, una en todos y todos en una.
It is our great privilege and honor to welcome Shri Shobhat Jain IAS, a distinguished officer of the Indian Administrative Services Madhya Pradesh Cadre 2000 batch, an exemplary leader in public administration, currently serving as the Principal Secretary, Department of Ayush, Government of Madhya Pradesh. He is playing a pivotal role in advancing traditional Indian system of medicine, wellness and holistic healthcare while fostering their integration into contemporary development framework. An engineering graduate by training, Shri Jain brings over 2 decades of rich administrative experience, having successfully held several key leadership positions across district administration, public welfare, policy implementation, institutional management and regulatory body. Widely respected for his strategic vision, administrative excellence and citizen-centric approach, he has made significant contribution to strengthening governance system and enhancing public service delivery. His personality reflects wisdom, integrity, innovation and compassionate leadership, inspiring confidence and positive transformation wherever he serves. We are delighted to have such an accomplished and visionary leader among us. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Shri Shobhat Jain.
Most welcome, Jan sir. We are so delighted that under your leadership and efforts, yoga is reaching at every home in Madhya Pradesh. We are all ready to listen from you about yoga and climate change action.
Thank you so much, Vikrantji. Thank you so much for having me here.
So let me at the outset, let me thank United Consciousness for having invited me to speak on the topic Yoga and Climatic Change Action in this conclave attended by delegates from over 120 countries. A very warm namaste and pranam to all of you from across the globe. The conclave, aptly titled Yoga for One Earth, One Health, goes very well within the core philosophy of United Consciousness, that of one consciousness, one well-being. So when I was reading this portal, the website of United Consciousness, and as per discussions with Dr. Vikrant, the aim of this conclave is broadly to explore yoga as a multidimensional response to global health and well-being crisis, to connect yoga philosophy and practices with evidence-based research, public policy, and community well-being models, and also to highlight how yoga can contribute to sustainable development goals, including but not limited to climatic change action. So I am going to speak on yoga and climatic change action. At first glance, human well-being and environmental sustainability both appear to be distinct domains. One is concerning internal physiological and mental health, while the other one addresses the external biosphere and the future of the planet. However, when we see ancient wisdom, it gets revealed that they are inextricably linked. They are both importantly and undeniably very well linked with each other. The core philosophy of yoga and Ayurveda, which I am, because I am the principal secretary of Ayush, which includes Ayurveda, Yoga, homeopathy, Siddha, Soga Rigpa, and Unani systems of medicine. So these, the core philosophy of yoga and Ayurveda provides profound solutions not only for individual health, but also for ecological balance and sustainable living. Addressing climatic change requires an internal transformation alongside external technological and policy intervention. In Vedic philosophy, it is said, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, representing the Lok Purush Samanya Siddhant, which implies that you are a universe within the universe. As with the self, so with the bigger picture when you see with the self, with the universe. In other words, what's going on within you is the same as what is going on in the universe. So both of these, the insan is linked with the cosmos. Charak Samhita says, this is a very important text, a Sanskrit text in Ayurveda, as you would be knowing. Purushoyam Lok Samhita, meaning that human being is in constant dynamic equilibrium with the universe. Now that is a very important philosophy. So health, as we know, it is not an isolated state. It is a continuous positive interaction between the individual and the environment. It represents the harmonious functioning of human beings within the larger ecosystem. Here I would make a break and go towards one Siddhanta of Jainism, which says, Parasparavo Graho Jivanam. Now all the beings, whether it is human beings, the microscopic beings like bacteria, fungi, algae, etc., they are all inextricably linked. There is a very important text which has been written towards 2nd century AD called Tatvar Sutra. This is mentioned in that particular text. Health, as we know, has evolved from the mere absence of disease. Earlier, it was thought that health implies no disease at all. But now it has evolved from a mere absence of disease to a state of comprehensive well-being. As per the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. As per Sushrut Samhita, which is Ayurvedic philosophy, Samadosha, Samagnishcha, Samadhatu, Malakriya, Prasannatme Indri Mana, Swast Iti Abhidhiyate. Now, this implies that true health requires balanced bodily humus, which is called dosh, optimal metabolic fire or agni, which is important for digestion, properly functioning tissues, dhatus, efficient elimination of waste or mal, and a blissful state of soul, atma, or senses, indri, and mind or man. A healthy individual is called a swastha person in Sanskrit. Now, what is swastha? Swastha is, swa means self and stha means establish. To be swastha is to be anchored in one's own true self, which fosters harmony with the external world. The environment, as we know, comprises a delicate balance of biotic and the abiotic, non-living. Climate serves as the regulatory mechanism of this ecosystem, determining the survival of biotic elements. Environmental shifts directly alter climate patterns and vice versa. So environment, when we talk about environment, it is a local phenomena over a shorter period of time, while climate is a phenomena which is over a longer period of time. So sum total of environment becomes climate, and climate in turn affects the environment also. As we know, data indicates that global surface temperature is approximately around 1.4 degree warmer than in the late 1800s. Again, coming to Ayurveda, there's this concept of Kala. Kala, we know, is time or season. It can refer to time or it can refer to season. So there are changes as per Kala. For example, there's when the Kala or the time is as per what it was earlier, it is called normal manifestation. The regular, timely, seasonal variations, they support health. So a person is, or an individual's health is affected by changes in Kal, which is time and season. In certain cases where we are talking about climatic change, this has been defined in Ayurveda as Ati Yoga, excessive manifestation, saying that extreme environmental shifts lead to disease. Similarly, the Heen Yoga or Mithya Yoga, deficient or abnormal manifestation, it also leads to abnormal or erratic seasonal patterns that lead to disease. For example, now we are listening about the El Nino effect coming this year. Now this will disrupt the monsoon. So this is a deficient or abnormal manifestation, may lead to more diseases in the general public. Yoga, as we know, is a comprehensive way of life. It is rooted in moderation, mindfulness, and discipline. Charak Samhita says, Dhamat Kam Moksharam Arogyam Mool Muttamam, meaning as health is a foundational prerequisite for achieving life's purpose, which is Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha, as brilliantly put by Dr. Vikrant. It does preserve global health requires. We know that global health requires a balanced lifestyle. This can be achieved by Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga, we know that it has 8 limbs. Yam Niyam, I'll not define all these, but basically these 8 limbs are there. Yam Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahara, and inner disciplines like Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Patanjali, who is the Yoga Guru, India knows him as, in Patanjali's philosophy, nature is defined as Prakriti, the original natural form or condition of anything. The entire visible world exists for 2 purposes: Bhoga, which is enjoyment, and Apavarg or liberation. Nature provides the field of experience necessary for the soul, Purush, to learn and eventually evolve. There are the 5 elements the physical world is constituted of. These are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Mastering these elements through samyam, deep meditation, allows a yogi to understand the subtle and gross layers of reality, leading to mastery over nature. So the primary connection to the living world is established through the yama, specifically ahimsa or non-violence. What is ahimsa? Now that is a very important concept in the Indian philosophy, whether it is yoga, Vedic philosophy, whether it is Jainism, whether it is Buddhism. Ahimsa is universal, non-harming. So ahimsa extends beyond human interaction to include all living beings, animals and plants. Ahimsa pratisthayam tan sannidho vairatyagaha, stating that in the presence of one firmly established in non-violence, all hostilities cease. The concept of ahimsa extends to all living beings and therefore protection of environment, natural habitats, and its natural derivatives. This does imply a kinship with all life forms, recognizing the same desire for happiness in animals and humans alike. When I was talking about Jainism, Jainism says ahimsa is a foundational guiding principle, ethical conduct, and daily. It has to be there in a human being's daily practice. Buddhism underscores through the concept of karuna or compassion. Mahatma Gandhi said about non-violence, non-violence is an active force of the highest order. It is soul force or the power of Godhead within us. Imperfect man cannot grasp the whole of that essence. He would not be able to bear its full blaze, but even an infinitesimal fraction of it. when it becomes active within us, can work wonders. Then there's the concept of aparigraha, again under those yam and niyam. Aparigraha is non-greed or non-possessiveness. It addresses resource consumption, advocates for taking only what is necessary from nature. We are talking about a lot about sustainable development and the sustainable development goal. What is sustainable? Sustainable is basically ensuring that resources are utilized only as per necessity and ensuring that the future generations do not have lack of resources for their own sustenance. So sustainable development, this particular concept of aparigraha is very much related to sustainable development. This principle fuels the minimalist and zero waste movements, encouraging practitioners to reject consumerism, reduce single-use plastics, and adopt conscious consumption habits. Then again, there's a concept of purity or soch. The name of soch includes external purity, which translates to keeping one's environment and the natural world clean and respective. Across India, you would now find so much stress on keeping cities clean, keeping gram panchayats, rural areas clean. This is somehow very much related, the concept of soch. Then there's, under the yam and niyam, ethical living or respectful coexistence. The yogi lives in harmony with culture, with nature, causing minimal disturbance to the ecosystem and other beings. As I said earlier, parasparobgraho jivanam, it says all life is bound together by mutual support and interdependence. It emphasizes that every living being, from humans to microscopic organisms, exists in a state of inherent reciprocity. It serves as an extension of ahimsa, positing that life forms a continuous interconnected hierarchy of existence. Again, under the yam and niyam, the ultimate goal is kaivalya or liberation, which involves realizing that the self is distinct from nature, prakriti. While the yogi learns to master natural forces through spiritual practice, the final step is to become independent of nature's fluctuations, realizing the observer is not the observed. These are the foundational and philosophical blueprint for modern environmentalism. The last but not the least, a stay or non-stealing. Modern interpreters view over-extraction of natural resources and climate change as stealing from future generations, which I referred to earlier under sustainable development. So a stay or non-stealing is another concept under the yam and niyam. So coming to what we were talking about environmental degradation earlier. The resolution to mitigate environmental degradation depends on a collective transition towards conscious living. Very much required now. By integrating the values of yoga, society can cultivate restraint over excess, harmony over conflict, and awareness over indifference, laying the foundation for a sustainable and resilient world. As I talked earlier, yoga is viewed as a source technology to restore planetary equilibrium by subduing aggressive consumerism and moving from vikriti is chaos, back to prakriti or balance. Yoga provides a practical methodology to implement a lifestyle which fosters daily habits such as conserving water and energy, minimizing waste and single-use plastics, and adopting natural plant-focused dietary patterns. The ancient Indian ideal of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one big family, underscores the reality that human health cannot be sustained in isolation. All of the human population, all of the animal population, all of the plant population is interlinked. Summing up, climate change is an expression of systemic imbalance in ecosystems, resource distribution, and human attitudes. Yoga provides an answer and established framework to restore this balance across multiple dimensions. Yoga includes asana, pranayama, meditation, and ethical principles. Just before concluding my talk, I would like to throw light on what the state of Madhya Pradesh is doing towards promotion of yoga and well-being of its citizens. As we know, under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and the Ministry of Ayush Government of India, the International Day of Yoga has evolved into a global mass movement. This year's theme, Yoga for Healthy Aging, emphasizes the role of yoga in promoting physical, mental, and holistic well-being. As the world prepares to celebrate the International Day of Yoga on June 21st, Madhya Pradesh has intensified its efforts to promote yoga as a mass wellness movement through the statewide Ghar Ghar Yog Har Vyakti Nirog campaign. This is being conducted over a 40-day period from May 12th to June 21st. This campaign aligns with the vision of the Ministry of Ayush and the broader national objective of making yoga as an integral part of daily life. This particular campaign, the Ghar Ghar Yoga campaign, has gained momentum across the state. We have nearly 800 Ayushman Arog Mandirs, 32 yoga wellness centers, 973 odd dispensaries and other government institutions conducting yoga awareness and training sessions through trained instructors and online platforms. To expand the outreach, daily 45-minute live yoga sessions are being broadcast from the state capital. At the community level, emphasis is being placed on public participation with local groups, students, welfare workers, government employees, and residents encouraged to participate in regular yoga activities. I'm happy to share that nearly 30,000 people from across the state are daily participating in online yoga classes. These includes nearly 20,000 people from the rural areas. Madhya Pradesh, nearly the population to the tune of around 69 to 70% resides in rural areas. And as we know very well now, these various kinds of diseases, various kinds of cardiovascular problems, etc., are spreading in rural areas also, which hitherto they were not. So this campaign reflects the philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam, presenting yoga not merely as physical exercise, but as a holistic approach to health, harmony, and well-being. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Very much, Shobhit Jain साहब, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने you presented a very comprehensive picture of yoga, Ayurveda, and different major religions from this land. So beautifully you mentioned about Charak Samhita. You mentioned about the theme of Paraspara Graho Jivanam. Thank you very much for mentioning about it also, and how it is well connected with, integrated with environment. For Purushartha, you mentioned Ashtanga Yoga, you elaborated upon, and so beautifully. Thank you for defining the definition of Swastha to whole world. That in India, how comprehensively Indian system defines Swastha. You also defined Kala. You also mentioned about what is the impact of Drag, Drashya, Viveka, and how it is connected with observer, observed, and how it is connected with this ecology. Thank you for leading Ghar Ghar Yoga Abhiyan also. I'm sure together we will contribute in making a better world. We got your time. We are highly inspired. Thank you very much, Jansen.
Thank you, Dr. Vikrant. We and the Ayush department is so happy to be connected with you people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
much. It's a privilege to introduce and welcome Professor Srinivasa Varakeri, the esteemed Vice Chancellor of Central Sanskrit University, New Delhi. He has made a profound impact on Sanskrit and Indian knowledge system. Previously, he led Kavi Kulguru Kalidas Sanskrit University and Gondwana University in 2017 and 22, where he secured an A+ NAAC accreditation for KKSU. Renowned for pioneering Sanskrit pedagogical innovations, Professor Varakeri has held leadership roles at Karnataka Sanskrit University, Osmania University's Sanskrit Academy, and Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapeeth Tirupati. He has actively contributed to the policy making for Sanskrit education under the Ministry of Education, NAAC Committee, and MHRD's Vision document for Sanskrit development. A celebrated scholar, he was awarded the Maharishi Bhadrayan Vyas Samman by the President of India in 2008 and the Swami Chinmayananda Research Gold Medal in 2013, culminating in an honorary Doctor in Literature. His extensive work with over 30 publications and numerous keynote addresses reflects a dynamic fusion of tradition and modern thought in Sanskrit, computational linguistic philosophy of language, and research methodology. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Professor Srinivasa Varakeri.
Namaste, Professor Srinivas ji. So much honor to have you here, and dear friends from all parts of the world. Who you are not getting me? Can you listen? Can you speak? Srinivas ji, can you speak? Srinivas ji, can you speak? Your voice is perfect. Can you listen me?
You're not audible. Yeah.
I'm not audible, is it? Okay, okay. You're most welcome. You may begin your talk then. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vikranji, for making me part of this great journey of United Consciousness International Week of Yoga. I'm really happy to be part of this great event. For today, I'm going to speak on the concept of Ishvara for non-believer yogic practitioners. For many non-orthodox people, the term Ishvara in yoga can be difficult to understand and may sound challenging because it seems to imply a belief in non-personal deity or personal God. Uh, However, the yogic concept of Ishvara, especially as presented by Patanjali in Yoga Sutras, can be understood and interpreted in many ways that are meaningful even for non-believers. First of all who are interested in yoga should believe in the existence of the self that is consciousness, or in themselves, they should believe in themselves, for whom the ultimate peace is needed. This awareness of the self existence in the form of I exist cannot be denied for the simple reason that it will lead to a self contradiction and finally a logical paradox. I cannot deny my existence because the denial itself requires the existence of the self. Therefore, the questioning the existence of the self is contradictory to the question for again against the existence of the self. The functioning of mind, a functioning mind cannot capture. So I'm speaking now. It's an international conference. That's too fine. Functioning mind cannot capture the self-awareness. Hence, the meditation is considered to be a spiritual tool for the self-awareness. Ishvara, basically Ishvara Pranidhana is said to be part of this process. Let's discuss what is the role of Ishvara in the yogic practice. Patanjali defines Ishvara as klesha karma vipakashriyaihi apramrishtah purushaha purusha visheshaha Ishvaraha. Ishvara is a unique Purusha consciousness, untouched by afflictions, actions, their results, and latent impressions. This definition is philosophical rather than theological. Yoga schools do not necessarily describe a creator God who rewards and punishes. Then, how a non believer may understand Ishvara, I would like to place at least 4 ways. Ishvara as the highest ideal of human possibility. Ishvara can be viewed as the embodiment of perfect wisdom, freedom, and consciousness. Just as a scientist may aspire towards truth, a yogi may orient life towards the ideal state. This is an ideal state. Ishvara is just an ideal state. The second point, Ishvara as a universal consciousness. One may interpret Ishvara as the deepest level of awareness beyond ego, conditioning, and personal identity. In this reading, yoga is not about worship, but about realizing a higher dimension of consciousness. The third way of understanding Ishvara as a psychological anchor. Patanjali recommends Ishvara Pranidhana as a tool for realization. Here, it could be placement of mind in superconsciousness. For a non-believer, this may mean surrendering the ego, letting go of excessive self-centeredness, trusting a larger order of reality that covers all other beings. The fourth way of understanding Ishvara as a cosmic order, similar to Ruta in the Vedas or the laws of nature in science, Ishvara may be understood as the underlying intelligence, harmony, governing existence. It's nothing but nature's power. Why Patanjali includes Ishvara in this entire yogic practice? Interestingly, Patanjali presents devotion to Ishvara as one of the methods among several for attaining concentration and liberation. Yoga can still be practiced through disciplines, meditation, self-study, swadhyaya, ethical living, even if one does not adopt a conventional belief in God, which is considered as one of the ways to reach the goal. In other words, for a believer, Ishvara is God. For a philosopher, Ishvara is absolute consciousness. For a psychologist, Ishvara is the symbol of highest integrated self. For a non-believer, Ishvara is the ideal transcendence beyond ego and conditioning, nature's highest order. The genius of yoga lies in its inclusiveness. Patanjali does not demand dogmatic belief. Instead, he offers Ishvara as a transformative principle that can be approached through devotion, contemplation, philosophy, or direct experience. As many yoga bhashyakaras explain, one need not begin with faith in God. You need not begin with faith in God. You may begin with sincere practice, continuous practice, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. The understanding of Ishvara may then emerge gradually through inner experience rather than a belief. In Sanskrit, it is said, yatha drishtis tatha sriti. As one's vision is, so the word appears. In Natya Shastra, it is said, yato hastas tato drishtihi, yato drishtis tato manaha, yato manas tato bhavaha, yato bhavas tato rasaha. The hand guides the vision takes the mind leads the emotions, and emotions create rasa, the ultimate essence, experience of bliss. Thus, for the non-believer, Ishvara need not be a theological doctrine. It may be understood as the highest truth, deepest consciousness, or a ultimate reality, an essence of experience of bliss towards which yoga points. In Patanjali Darshana, Kaivalya is the ultimate goal. While yoga is often identified with the Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali recognized multiple approaches, entry points leading to the same state. Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha, Ishvara Pranidhana, Kriya Yoga with the practices of tapas, swadhyaya, and Ishvara Pranidhana, various supports of concentration. He also gives numerous meditation objects. Focus on one single chosen object, Eka Tattva Anudhyana. Cultivation of four attitudes, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. Then ultimately Viveka Khyati, discriminate the knowledge, ultimate wisdom and knowledge of through the sustained discernment between Purusha and Prakriti. In this way, uh, when we look at the yoga practices, it is, you can understand yogic practices in psychological level, abhyasa vairagya abhyam tannirodha, and devotional, like with Ishvara Pranidhana, meditative and philosophical. Ultimately, finally, Purushartha Shunyanam Gunanam Pratipasava Kaivalyam. Thus, Yoga Darshana is not a single path system which accommodates the disciplined practitioner, the devotee, the contemplative mind, the philosopher, and even non-believer, non-theistic seeker, all moving towards the same summit of Kaivalya. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Varkediji. Can you listen me right now? Okay, maybe poor network at your place, but I really wanted to thank you for giving such a comprehensive definition of Ishvara and how yoga discipline inculcates all the disciplines together. You are at international airport, but still you could focus on the talk and you could do absolute justice with the topic. I'm sure that believers and non-believers, philosophers or contemplators all must have related themselves with the definition of Ishvara that you presented. Thank you very much for always blessing us with your presence. Nation itself must be feeling very proud of for having professors and luminaries like you. Thank you very much.
I'm honored to welcome and present Josh Pryor. He is passionate for both teaching and as a student of yoga. His dedication to the practice extends far beyond the mat to the thriving community he supports, pursuing study of the ancient text. Josh has held a fascination for metaphysics and philosophy since a young age and returned to his philosophical roots after a steadfast career in computer sciences. His approach is a light-hearted and undeniable enthusiastic, encouraging practitioner limitations of the physical body, translating into clear vision and altered states of awareness. Armed with a studious nature, he continued to deepen his knowledge and practice the likes of George Mahele in 2016 and Srivastav Swami in 2017. This education informs the operation of Ashtanga Yoga, Newcastle. Josh has studied and practiced alongside experienced Western yoga teacher, also works as a specialist in business management, systematic analysis, IT and marketing. He is an experienced commercial negotiator over the last 20 years. For the last 2 years, he has joined his attention to Yoga Australia. It is in his spirit that Josh speaks us today as a representative of the long-standing peak body of yoga in Australia, as a spokesman for the best intentions of the nation made richer by the teaching of the Indus Valley. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Josh Pryor.
Good
Namaste,
morning.
brother
Hello.
Joshi. So good to see you.
You too, you too.
And welcome to United Consciousness and this grand journey of International Week of Yoga. Dear friends, now we are ready to listen from Honorable Chief Executive Officer of Yoga Australia about yoga in the remote work era. Today we see how things are happening. So let's get enlightened by his talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikant. Listen, it's wonderful to talk to everyone around the world this event, as I have done on a few separate occasions as a guest of United Consciousness. Wonderful to be here. And it's only the first in a few events that we'll run this week together. My topic today is on remote working in the context of yoga. Does yoga have something to help, something to offer when it comes to remote working? And I've got a few ideas around this I'd like to share. The world has had a lot of tumult over the last few years, as we know, but it's easy to come under the impression that such tumult is unusual. Really, the world has been like this all the time. Every human life, every culture, every epoch of humanity is special and unique, and yet at the same time, the paradox that this has all been happening before and will continue to happen. That is also true. And when it comes to the topic of what yoga has to offer, what does yoga have to offer? Well, what is yoga again? We need to keep on asking ourselves this, especially as time goes on and as different nations and different cultures embrace different aspects of yoga. Let me talk briefly about the technology first, though. Imagine when the telephone was first invented or used and started to proliferate into society. What a crazy technology that is. And actually, even before that, we had ships and boats the capacity to meet people that you've never seen before, people with different language and physical appearance. What an amazing thing that is. And it's just continuing, right? What we're seeing now with the remote working revolution, with technology, it's just a continuation. The telephone, fax machine, the internet, emails, video conferencing, all of this. And it always presents the same opportunity to the people engaging at that time, the people who are alive at that time. The opportunity is to discern, to contemplate and perhaps discern what it means to be speaking to someone, to be engaging with someone, to be in someone's space. When you're talking to someone on the phone, you can sometimes get the feeling as though they are with you. We've probably all had that experience, and sometimes not. Sometimes you get the feeling that you're not with them at all. And this is the kind of incongruity or coherence that we have the opportunity to contemplate and discern when it comes to remote anything. Someone is distracted. Are you distracted? Are you really listening to me? Or are you busy doing other things? I can kind of tell in the way it feels, this sort of experience. And in a remote working context, then it becomes very specific. A manager may want to make sure that their employee is working well. And as the remoteness of the relationship seems to increase, the apprehension, the nervousness of the manager, for example, might increase as well. And similarly with the concept of isolation in a remote working environment, people might start to feel less social. Maybe some people like it. I like it. But some people might really start to miss it. And so it asks us to understand what is the concept of connection? What is the concept of remoteness? And of course, yoga has the structure in plain sight. Yoga has always started with the declaration that actually we are not ever separate. We're not ever apart from one another. We're not ever apart from ourselves, past versions of ourselves, future versions of ourselves, the universe. We are all one. We are all one. We keep saying it over and over and over again, and it has a different meaning every time, perhaps, but it's still the same truth. So you are never remote, in a sense. That's a potentially a pleasant thing to think about, or potentially a confusing thing that's not really very useful. So then yoga goes on to offer a description of ways to think about it, an operating framework. And then we have the Pancha Kosha model that helps us. It sort of splits the experienced reality into strata, and it tells us, well, actually, everyone is all one. There is only one. It is I. It is infinite. However, if you'd like to participate in a world of some sort of experience and duality, then let's start by moving to say the Manamaya Kosha. So we have the ability to be in different places at the same time, to be in different planets at the same time. We are already across those spaces, and we have the ability to communicate, to sense the thoughts of another person, for example, and to perhaps invite another person to sense our thoughts. And so we have this technology, the telephone, the internet starting to seeming to induce us into this awareness, but the reality is that it's always been that we are always connected. It's always been and always will be that we are all connected. We are all one. It's beyond just being connected, actually. We are the same person at the most abstract sense. It is true. And we create this illusion of separation in order to have interesting experiences. It is for our deliberate conscious enjoyment that we do so. And so yoga asks us to keep remembering that. Remember that. If we have a sense of conflict or isolation or separation or longing or frustration, well, it's really by design. It's because we want to. We came here to have this experience. And if you can have that always bubbling in your mind, trying to remind yourself every morning, every time you wake up or every time you find yourself losing a grip on that, then you can use the life that you've created in the way that you probably intended. How did you intend to use this life? Why did you do this? Why did you create a world? Why did you create a human with your name? Why do you think you did that? Why did you create the potential for separation, remembrance, the loss and the gain of materiality, these ups and downs, these dualistic ideas? Why did you create it? Well, if it were me, if I was the creator creating duality worlds and humans and giving one of them the name Josh, if it was me, I would do it so that I could have interesting experiences where maybe some things are held away from me and I have to figure out how to get connected to them. For example, these kinds of ups and downs flowing through a river, essentially, going fast at sometimes and going slow at other times, and learning to relish the texture, the taste and the experience of being a little bit out of control. But ultimately doing so for the purpose of joy, fun, curiosity, novelty, the experience of things being new. This is why we're doing it. So, with all that in mind, how do we approach remote working? What are some useful tips that yoga has to offer in this context? Knowing that we're here for the novelty, for the curiosity, the shared experience, how can we remotely work better? Well, we can live better. Right? We can treat one another as though they are actually a part of ourself or a facet of ourself, a perspective of the one self. We can treat one another quite well. We can understand that the way that we treat another literally is a behavior that's being expressed to ourselves. So there's a beautiful, I don't call it morals or ethics. I think it's beyond ethics. There's a beautiful principle at play there where you simply would not ever do anything that you can perceive to be violent to another person because it's to yourself. But aside from that kind of case, the flip side is more useful for most of us in privileged nations where we have the opportunity to increase the happiness of ourselves and others. Forget about violence. No, none of you guys are violent, but what does non-violence really mean? It means creating joy and prosperity and happiness and novelty and exciting adventures for ourselves and for others. And this is the way that we should approach our work. And so one more thing, a practical tip. The concept of being the creator of this world, being the creator of this person, this human, this experience. If it were you doing this, if you had decided to create a person for the purpose of novelty and joy, knowing that they may get confused, distracted, taken off the right path, having frustration and emotions, this sort of thing, for the purpose of fun. Most of the time it's fun, but sometimes it can go bad. So what would you do if you were the creator? What would you do? What lifeline would you send them? It would need to be useful. It would need to help them know what to do, where to go and where to not go, what things to go toward in any moment and what things to avoid in any moment. And it would need to be beyond language, because we know that the humanity, you might arrive on one planet, one country or one continent or the other. You may be in the future or the past, any time at all. So we need this principle to be so universal and tangible that it spans beyond language. So we can't even refer to Yoga Sutras or the Vedas. I mean, we certainly can if you've got access to them, but not every human has ever had access to them. So we need one thing that's more primal, more primordial, more essential, and that can govern our lives, govern our experience in the workforce, remotely, locally, and our entire lives. And there are many words that people have used to describe this tool, and all of them are problematic. None of them will work. If I say any of the words, you will have a different understanding of what that word means to you compared to me. So I cannot say. I cannot reveal what it is. What is the principle that will help you work well, work remotely in any moment, to know what to do, to know how to address a situation, to know whether to step away from your computer and have a break, or walk in the sun, or whether to get up extra early and really get some work done, even though it's very early in the morning and your family would prefer for you to be quiet. There's no rule around this sort of thing. Sometimes it is the right thing to do to go for a walk in the sun, and sometimes it is the wrong thing to do. But what is that principle? Maybe some of the words that people have used in the West would be intuition, but it has connotations. I mean, I really like the word bliss and joy as well. What makes you feel good is what you should do. That is your compass. And that can be a very scary concept for people to hear. I should just do what I want to do? What makes me feel good? Oh my goodness. Humans are savages and the world would be destroyed. But actually, I want to question that. Actually, humanity endures and prospers, and civilizations have been on this planet for a long time, far longer than we perhaps understand. Evolution, consciousness is the primordial stuff. And the only reason anyone ever does anything is because they think it's the right thing to do. They think it's the best thing to do. They think it's going to bring them the most joy, novelty, curiosity, and understanding. This, I think, is what we should remember when there is so many rule books being thrown at us, so many conflicting messages, so many different opinions. Ultimately, sometimes it's the right thing to do to walk away from your computer and to roll out a yoga mat and do some Surya Namaskara, or go to bed, get up early, have a break, switch off your phone. What do you think, Vikrant? Which word would you choose to indicate this? You're on mute, sir. Your microphone, sir.
Okay. Yes, that is also right. Using microphone and switch it off for some time. Be with yourself. That gives a good break. And you also mentioned about 5 kosha model. In fact, asking daily from yourself, what are you working on those 5 koshas separately? And you also mentioned about the importance of being happy. Increase happiness in yourself and others, and treat others better. That makes you feel much better. So thank you very much, Joshi, for being here today and throwing some lights of wisdom for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikrant.
I feel delighted to welcome and introduce Mr. Yatendra Chauhan, a certified yoga teacher with over 3 decades of experience in yoga, naturopathy, and holistic health. He is deeply passionate about transforming lives through mindful practices. Currently associated with United Consciousness, he is dedicated to promote wellness and natural living. His journey began with a long-term association with the Institute of Yoga and Ayurveda and Arogya Seva Samiti since 1997. He has also worked as a civil engineer for the Maharashtra government from 1985 to 2012, demonstrating a diverse professional background. His expertise in yoga is complemented by advanced education including a diploma in yogic science, naturopathy and ongoing pursuit of an MA in yoga. An avid practitioner, he performs 108 Surya Namaskars daily and achieved a milestone of completing 500 Surya Namaskars in 5 hours in 2022. He has showcased his yoga skills internationally, notably at the United Consciousness Conclave 2023 and online in Germany. His passion for trekking, running and teaching yoga reflects his dedication to living a balanced, purposeful life. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Yatendra Chauhan. We are delighted to introduce Ms. Renu Gupta, an esteemed yoga teacher with a distinguished career spanning from 2017 to the present date. Her dedication to yoga and holistic health is evident through her diverse roles and achievements. She currently conducts yoga online classes through the platform of Project Surf United Consciousness starting from March 2024. She has also been actively teaching physical yoga classes at Kesar Exotica CHS Limited since 2018, reflecting her ongoing commitment to fostering wellness in her community. Her adaptability and resilience were particularly evident during the COVID-19 pandemic, where she conducted online classes for up to 2 years, ensuring continuity of practice for her students. Her extensive experience includes leading summer yoga classes at Bharati Vidyapeeth, Navi Mumbai, and regular sessions at the residential colony of Gas Authority of India. She organized a special session on Surya Namaskar training participants to achieve the target of 108 Surya Namaskars and instructing a batch for children in the practice. Her expertise is supported by the Master of Arts in Yoga Shastra. She is also certified level 2 yoga teacher by the Indian Yoga Association, supported by the Ministry of Ayush and Quality Council of India. Additionally, she holds a diploma in yoga education from Yoga Vidya Niketan and a Masters of Arts in Hindi and from Maharishi Dayanand University. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Renu Gupta.
नमस्ते रेणु जी एंड नमस्ते चौहान साहब, आप लोगों का बहुत स्वागत है and we all feel inspired that you have been leading the Project Self and United Consciousness yoga classes for years. Now the whole world is waiting to listen from you about health management and weight management. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to United Consciousness to give us a huge opportunity. Our topic is obesity. We all know obesity is the biggest problem in us. Weight management requires healthy lifestyle, like regular physical activities, balanced diets, and stress management. Yoga is a very good and natural way to support weight management and reducing obesity. What are other benefits of yoga? It reduces stress and anxiety, improve our gut health, and boost our energy. My friend Rajendra Gupta ji will show you a demonstration, and my friend Renu Gupta ji will give us demonstration instruction for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Visceral fat is more stubborn and dangerous. We Indians are very prone to this fat. For keeping that mind, we have selected some practice of yoga for showing demonstration today. So then Mr. Chauhan sir and Gupta ji will give instructions. We are showing some asanas first. First, we will show the Pavan Muktasana. So, lie down on your back in supine position. in relaxation position. For attaining asana, we are going to do Pavan Muktasan, the wind-filled pose. For attaining asana, bring your legs together, hand by the side of your body. Fold your legs from the knee. Bring folded knee towards your chest. Hold your knees with interlocked finger. Raise your head if cervical problem is not there. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Don't hold the breath as stomach is pressed. Observe your breath for a while. Do as per your capacity. In this asana, abdomen is pressed, hence the obesity is removed from the abdomen. Release the asana, relax the head, release the hands, release the leg, straighten your legs, and go in relax. We can do this practice for 2 to 3 times, but now lack of time, we are showing only once. Another question we are going to do in prone position, Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. For cobra pose, lie down on your abdomen or chest. You bring legs together, hand by the side of your body, forehead on the ground. Hold your hands from the elbows, keep your palms near to chest. Contract your elbows closer. Without using your hands, by using your neck muscles and back muscles, raise your upper torso at least up to chest. A practitioner can lift up to navel region. Close your eyes, observe your breath while attaining the asana. Enjoy the posture. Sthir Sukham Asana. On this practice, abdominal wall stretches, hence the fat from the abdominal wall reduced and girth is also reduced. We are going to leave the asana. For releasing the asana, put down open your eyes, bring your chest and head on the ground, release the hands, release the legs and relax. Next asana we are going to do Dhanurasana, that is the bow pose, that is also in prone position. For coming in Dhanurasana, bring legs together, hand by the side of your body, palm facing the ground. Fold the legs from the knee, bring your heels towards your buttock, hold your ankles with respective hands. Now take your knees upward and backward slowly. Automatically hand goes backward. There is a tug of war between legs and hands. Hence the automatically body raise up. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. In every asana, we have to breathe normal. Don't hold your breath. See, in this, our full body rate happens on abdomen. Hence, the fat on the abdominal wall reduces. It tones our muscles also. So, release the asana. Open your eyes. Bring your ankles down, head down, chest down. Release the ankles. Relax the legs and feel the effect of Dhanurasana. Next asana we are going to do in supine position, Utthit Padasana, the leg raise pose. For that, lie down on your spine, on your back, with keeping legs straight, hand by the side of your body. Keep feet stretched out. Without supporting your hands, raise your both legs, keeping knees straight up to 30 degrees. This asana holds our abdominal muscles, tones our core muscles. It is a very good asana for visceral fat. Don't give any jerk while raising and releasing the asana. We will release the asana. Open your eyes. Slowly bring your legs down. Go and relax. Feel for some time effect of the Utthit Padasana. Next asana, we are going to do Dronasana, bowl pose. This asana is also good for our core muscles, for visceral fat. Before attaining in Dronasana, bring legs together, hand by the side of your body. Raise your legs, hands and head simultaneously at same level, maximum 30 degrees above from the floor. Close your eyes, observe breath, do breath circle, effortlessly do the asana. Maintain effortlessly. This asana also reduce grip from core muscles. Slowly we will release the asana, open your eyes and simultaneously bring all extremities down. Relax. Next practice, we are going to supine twisting pose, Uttan Vakrasana. For Uttan Vakrasana, bring legs together, hand by the side of your body. Fold the legs at the knees, both knee together, feet together, and interlock your fingers. Keep your palms behind under the head. Make sure your elbows should be on the ground. Now take simultaneously your right leg towards both legs towards your right side and neck towards your left side. Close your eyes, observe your breath, and enjoy a good twist on your spine. Your feet is on each other. The left foot is on right foot. Enjoy that twist. It is a very good twist on your spine. By releasing, open your eyes. Bring legs and neck simultaneously and repeat it in other side. Take your legs on your left side and neck on your right side. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Take 2-3 normal breathing. Again, feel the effect on spine. This asana is good for our liver, pancreas, and adrenal gland. Sometimes we get fat because of endocrinal glands. So it will help in that way. So release the asana, open your eyes, bring head and legs in center. Straighten your hands, straighten your legs, and relax and feel the effect of twisting asanas. Now we are going to do stretching that is known as Uttan Tadasana, which gives a nice stretch to our spine and full body, and spine gains in a natural curvature. It improves the health of our spine, which gives messages to our mind directly. So, for stretching, bring your legs together, hand by the side of your body. Raise your hands upward towards head. Place the palms on the ground. Stretch your body completely. Raise your hands up and legs, feet downward. Stretch completely. Enjoy a nice stretch on your body. Close your eyes, observe your breath. But don't hold the breath in any asana. Give 2-3 stretch. Feel the stretch. Okay, we will release the asana. For releasing asana, open your eyes. Release the stretch first. Now bring your heads down slowly without any jerks. Every asana we can do 3 to 5 rounds for getting more benefit. Now we are going to show a mudra that is known as Tadaki Mudra. For coming in Tadaki Mudra, fold your legs from the knee. Keep distance between knee and feet near about 30 to 40 centimeters in a comfortable position. Allow your hand, make ready your hand to close your nostril. It is a Sahasrara Mudra, hence we are closing the nostril. Make ready. Take a deep inhalation and exhale completely. Immediate, hold the nostrils. Now do mock inhalation, that is, expand your chest and simultaneously allow your abdominal muscle to cave in. Maintain as per your capacity. For when you feel the urge of breath in, first take down your chest, release the hands from the nostril and breathe slowly. Release the legs and relax. This practice also we can do 2 to 3 times for getting more benefit, for getting results on visceral fat. This practice reduce the excess fat from our abdomen. Next practice we will do Kapalbhati Kriya. For this is a cleansing process. For Kapalbhati Kriya, sit in any Adharasana comfortably with keeping back straight, shoulder bit back, chin parallel to ground, hands in Drona Mudra or on knees. Take a deep breath in, fix your chest up. Exhale, but feel the abdominal relaxed. Now start giving exhale rapidly and fast with actively exhalation. Don't focusing on inhalation, it will happen automatically. One person can give 120 to 150 strokes for getting best result, but those who are new practitioner or have high BP, they can give 40 to 50 strokes. Because of lack of time, we are giving here only 20 to 30 strokes. For stopping the strokes, first stop the strokes, relax the chest, bring down chest, feel the effect of Kapalbhati for a while, release the Asana Kriya, relax. One more pranayam is there, sir. Give 1 minute only. Surya Vedan 7.
Fine,
Only
Matla, we are.
1
Yes,
Vedan
sure.
pranayam. Surya Vedan is highly recommended for obesity because it creates heat in our body. For Surya Vedan pranayam, close your right nostril with your left nostril with your angulis, fingers. Breathe in through right nostril. We are doing without kumbhak. Release with left nostril. Again, inhale through right nostril. Exhale through left nostril. In this way, we can do Surya Vedan pranayam, activate our Pingla Nadi, generate heat and helps to reduce our obesity. Thank you. Thank you
very much.
everyone,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
Thank you very much, Renuji. Thank you very much, Mr. Gupta ji, for excellent demonstration. Thank you very much, Johan Saab. I'm sure that people watching and will be watching us from different parts of the world will certainly be benefited. Highly honored. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Thank you.
In a world where happiness is often linked to external achievements, yoga offers a different perspective. Yogic philosophy teaches that true happiness is not something we chase, but something we cultivate from within. Those practices such as mindfulness, meditation, self-discipline and conscious living, yoga trains the mind to remain balanced in life's ups and downs. Modern research increasingly supports this view, showing that well-being can be developed. This topic of panel discussion explores whether happiness is a skill that can be consciously nurtured through yoga. So the topic of panel discussion for now is happiness, a skill we can train through yoga. Our next panelist is Ms. Baltarain. She's a trainer, coach, speaker, therapist with over 18 years spent in education and training, coaching and healing. She's a certified professional trainer, certified hypnotherapist, certified NLP master coach, past life regression therapist, inner child therapist and a family constellation facilitator, certified points of view practitioner, finding her true calling to become the bridge between different worlds and cultures to touch souls by marrying spirit and matter. She has trained, coached, healed, inspired people to overcome their fears, awakening their inner strength, unleash their full potentials and transform themselves to become an authentic leader living every day in abundance, happiness, love and fulfillment. Belle is also a storyteller who combines meditation, music, movies, arts, photography, embodiment work and interactive process to bring more awareness and opportunities for people to interact with life from an open heart and multidimensional perspective. Today in the panel we have with us Dr. Shiva Nair, who is an uro-oncologist in Hamilton, New Zealand. He is the clinical director for the urology department at Waikato Hospital. He has travelled across multiple cities and countries for his training. He has his publication on cancer and non-cancer topics. He has previously tutored at University of Otago and University of Auckland Medical School and remained active in teaching and training his students and residents. Dr. Nair remains ardent student of Vedanta. He was taught Guru Parampara by the Chinmay Mission and currently he is studying several texts including Upanishads. He is active in Hindu Swamsevak Sangh in New Zealand at the local level. His primary goal is to understand the self-knowledge and spread it to as many as possible. Our next panelist is from Philippines, Mr. Guido Tescio. He is doctorate from Albert Ludwig University Freiburg and he is a high school teacher and church employee teaching at the Francis Gymnasium in Lingen and study seminar in Meepen. He has also done missionary missions in Philippines. He is the editor and yoga teacher. He has learned yoga teacher training from Yoga Vidya in Hornbad, Minberg. He is co-worker in the team editorial, advertising production at Yoga Vidya, seminar guide, teaching numerous yoga classes and taking yoga seminars. He teaches German at the language school My Language Cafe in Cebu City. He is also a freelance and editor of several books of Sukadevji and Yoga Vidya, commentary on the Hatha Yoga, Pradipika, etc. He studied Catholic theology and philosophy at the Albert Ludwig University Freiburg and doctoral studies in New Testament exegesis work in Hebrews published in 2007. It is a great honor and pleasure to welcome Ms. Gerald Toha Orso, a pioneering yoga educator, visionary leader, accomplished author, and one of the foremost ambassador of yoga in Mongolia. Currently serving as the honorary president of Mongolian Yoga Federation and a founder of Mandala Yoga Wellness Center, Mongolia's first yoga studio and accredited Yoga Alliance teacher training school. She has been at the forefront of advancing yoga education and wellness since 2010. With more than 20 years of dedicated yoga practice and 16 years of teaching experience, she has played a transformative role in shaping the yoga landscape for her nation. In 2014, she established the Mongolian Yoga Federation, which today unites 30 schools and over 100 teachers. Since 2018, she has successfully organized the annual Mongolian Yoga Festival as the author of several foundational yoga publications, including Asana Book, Yoga Adjustments, Your Spine, Your Yoga, and Yoga Flashcards. She exemplifies vision, perseverance, leadership, and an unwavering commitment to empowering others through her wisdom of yoga. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Gerald Toha Orso. We are honored to welcome and introduce Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, an internationally recognized scholar, writer, and management consultant with an extraordinary commitment to global well-being. Nominated by Civil 20 under G20 as the international coordinator for the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam initiative, he has addressed the United Nations headquarters in Geneva on the International Day of Conscience. In June 2023, he served as the global convener for the World Yoga Summit in Germany and is also the international coordinator for ICCR-nominated Global Conference on the Holistic Yoga Beyond Physiology 2023. He is one of the most sought-after speakers across India. His work has impacted over 3 lakh beneficiaries across 120 countries, including cabinet ministers, bureaucrats, defense, corporate professionals, he convenes United Consciousness Global, aiming to develop the world's first integrated manual for humanity, leads Project Self USA to promote scientific aspects of ancient Indian philosophy, sits on the board of European Yoga Federation in Italy, and oversees spiritual healing in Africa through the Spiritual Council. He additionally founded, with an academic background spanning business management, journalism, public administration, philosophy, and yoga, Dr. Thomas' prolific writing, including Rule the World as Krishna Did, continue to inspire countless individuals worldwide. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Namaste. We welcome Beltran from Vietnam, Dr. Shiva Nair from New Zealand, and Guadioji from Philippines. Dear friends who are and will be watching us from different parts of the world, we are going to begin an amazing panel discussion on a very significant topic. Is happiness a skill we can train through yoga? As they say, work with
Where is
may I
Megan now?
request
Good morning.
Orsoji to please switch off the mic. So it is important, as we all learn, that work with happiness, not for happiness. And scriptures also say that happiness is our true nature. But still, many people choose happiness, choose to chase happiness, and they struggle to sustain the happiness. We'll go to Dr. Shiva Nair. People across the planet are chasing happiness, and they get it for some time and still struggle to maintain it. So, why it happens?
Hi, Om. Thank you for having me. So, to answer the question, if you've kind of hinted that our inner nature is happiness. So, if we are born from happiness, we'll always want to go to happiness. So, no person can ever be around who doesn't want happiness. It is our inner nature. So, the problem is we look for it in the wrong place.
And what is it that we are unable to sustain it?
If we look at the scriptures, the infinite happiness comes from that inner Atma, inner being. Now, if we look for it in a different place, we'll only see a glimpse of it and not completely. So, if you look inside, you'll find that infinite happiness. But if you're looking in the wrong place, you might get a glimpse of something that looks like happiness but isn't, because it's not complete.
Okay, as they say, it's synthetic happiness. Okay, thank you. Beltran, the same question for you, that when we say we are born, people are chasing happiness across the planet but unable to sustain it. Why do you think it is happening?
Yes, namaste. Thank you. I also think that most of the time, many people, they're looking for happiness in the external outcome of things, success, a career, relationship, love, and so those kind of things. With time, sometimes they feel also disappointment, like the little kid when they want a candy, but once they're giving the candy, they might say that, oh, this is not what I want chocolate instead of this hard candy. So when we receive something that we expected from the outside, usually that is most people, that's what they're chasing, and that is why it's hard to sustain that, because also there are many things that sometimes people don't know exactly what they want, They think that is what they want, just like Dr. Shiva just said. But when they say, I want to have a beautiful relationship with someone, but when they're in the relationship, maybe 1 year later, they say, this is not the person that I want to be with. Why so? Because maybe from the beginning, we already set the wrong thing, or we don't even know exactly what we want. And I think that is one of the key reason why people get disappointed later, and they cannot sustain that happiness, because it's only from outside, something that we projected outside.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Beltran. And now we'll go to our friend Guadoji from Philippines. Out of your experience, Guadoji, the reason people on the planet want happiness, unable to sustain it. They may touch, but generally, majority may not have it for long. Over to you, Guadoji.
Yes, my name is Guido, by the way. Guido. Yeah, Gui.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Guido.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, we heard already many reasons why it is so. No? People looking outside somewhere, especially in the material world. No? We want a house, we want a big car, the biggest as possible. I see that here always, my neighbors. No? And we want a big family, we want good relationships, we want to, they want to be married, want to have children, want to have this and a big holiday somewhere in Mongolia, maybe, or somewhere. Yeah, that is not enough. What is a good term, what I thought about in preparing here this conference is Ananda. So happiness should be focused more on that. Yeah, that is a spiritual term. People know that maybe. Yeah, when we focus on that, also there is it's a thing in itself, where we can give as yogis for people. It's not money. It's not a pure emotion like joy. It is more. It is it's internal. Yeah, what is it? I don't know in English. It's a word or what? Yeah, ananda, bliss. So that is what yogis can give. Also not only through exercise, like we have seen, just the asanas and pranayama. Okay, that is good. Also physical training is good, but it's more. I also thought about laughter yoga. Maybe some people know that. Yeah, yeah. It's fun. Yes. It's breathing. People may look very happy, and hopefully that sustains also in their daily lives when they're not in this group. Yoga has to do with group, yeah, in connection. We heard, yeah, conference here, conference there, yoga class, yoga group, yoga, I don't know what, yeah. This is very important, yeah, because we cannot live always alone. This is from our mindset, from our characters. We need to be in a group, and yoga can give also that. Okay, it's enough.
So, Gubidoji mentioned that a concept called Ananda. So, Dr. Nair, do you think that yoga or Vedanta defines happiness different from how it is defined in the society by and large? Is it a different definition at all of happiness that is given or defined in yoga or Vedanta? We have Miss Orso also. We acknowledge your presence. Whenever you want to contribute, you can raise hands. Yes, Dr. Nair.
Hariom. So Ananda or bliss has to be permanent, infinite by nature. That is the definition as Ananda from Vedanta point of view. Now, if we, as other speakers have said, if we try and look for things that are finite, whether it be a person or a situation or an object, we know they are not permanent. So we cannot have infinite happiness in a non-permanent thing. Right? That's the discrepancy of happiness and ananda.
Okay. So we are seeking permanent happiness from impermanent things. That is the cause. Got it. Got it. Well, Dr. Nair said something very profound. He said we are, because Ananda is infinite bliss, and but finite things cannot give infinite bliss. But well, around me, whatever I see is finite. Relationship is finite, job is finite, everything has an expiry tag. So do my happiness has an expiry tag. So how to deal with that? It's very difficult to understand and more difficult to live then.
Yes. So yes, it's very interesting because we are dealing with everything finite here. What I found is in yoga, my understanding is that yoga is the union of mind, body, spirit, and our soul. So what I found that for me personally, in this practicing yoga, is actually we bring the alignment of my mind, my body, my heart, my soul. Many things I think people cannot sustain the happiness, and one of the reason is that because the mind want one thing, the body needs something else. Just like we say, okay, I want to be healthy. I know I need to exercise, but the body cannot wake up in the morning to do that. So the mind wants beautiful things. The body cannot do that. And maybe the heart, we feeling something, that we shaking. We say, okay, I feel ashamed that I cannot do that. So many times in the daily life, that is what happening to human being. So yoga help us to remember to integrate, align our mind, body, heart, soul, spirit, and all of these actually can create that this internal happiness, which I think is it is for me is infinite. As long as we are aware of our own presence, we cultivate that awareness. We practice this acknowledgement that I'm here, I'm still with my breath, and then that presence can actually help us to develop that inner happiness.
Thank you. Thank you. As you rightly mentioned, that there is a dissonance, inconsistency, non-integration of mind, body, and my thoughts, feelings. Something somewhere, something is going here, something is going there. We have Gubidoji. Gubidoji, you mentioned about comparison. See, I live in a very competitive world. If I won't compare, my school teacher will compare me with others. My parents may start comparing me with the siblings. I go in job, my boss will compare my performance with others' performance. Wherever I write an exam, I am compared. So how not to compare in such a competitive world?
That's a good question. Yeah. Yes, we always compare ourselves with others. No? I look better than he. He is richer than I. I have studied more than she, and whatever. No? Yeah, that is true. But again, the focus should be on the what she said, the soul, the inner world, whatever. Yeah. Of course, we compare. That is, if we look in the mirror, or if I look outside this house, I see the neighbors, I see what big car they have or what they do, and whatever. Nah? And then I get this emotion. Oh, I become jealous. I want that also. I won't. You know, somebody.
That's wonderful. Thank
think
you
that
very
was
much.
yeah,
Guvidan
yeah.
ji.
Okay, yeah. That's why. Also focus on the inner world. Also, I'm from integrated yoga, the 6 yoga ways, and we have Raja yoga, for example. Also here is Shivananda.
Swami Shivananda ji.
Yeah, genau. Yes, that's true. Yeah. No, there are ways what we can do. Also, this is not only the physical exercise, not also if you're making this yoga class, then people compare. Oh, somebody can make that massage better than I. Why? Why is that so? Yeah, he can bend more forward than I. Yeah, or so. Yeah, forget it. Look on yourself. Close your eyes, and focus what is in you. That is the most important.
Perfect. Thank you. We
My
have
meaning.
Miss Orso with us. Orso ji, what's your take in that? We live in a competitive world. People tend to compare with each other, and comparison eliminates happiness. How do you deal with that?
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with everything what was said so far. Yeah, and I just wanted to say one comment is, when your body and mind are healthful, peaceful, then you can be happy, right? And in this stressful world, yeah, so it's people don't know how to keep them peaceful, yeah, and equanimous. And as regards the health problems, when you are stressed out, you can have many health problems. And then there one enlightened person said, you do money the time. You are striving, you're making effort to earn money, but then you spend all your money on your health, on your in problems. So that's the way people usually live these days. Yeah. Yeah,
Profoundly, she
thank you.
said that we work to earn money and then we
Right.
spend money to earn health. So nice.
Yeah, yeah.
We lose
Yeah.
health to earn money and then we
Yeah.
spend money to get health back. That's wonderful. It's a cycle, vicious cycle. Perfect. So she mentioned that a felt peace, which is related to what you feel in your mind, what you feel in your body, are must for happiness. We'll go back to Dr. Nair. You mentioned that limited things cannot bring unlimited happiness. But around me, I only see limited things. 99.99% of my time, whenever my eyes are open, I see temporary things. How to see something else other than this?
See, I look at it different. The world is a reminder that there is always sorrow outside. That's why they give you this situation, right? That there's unfavorable situation that you wanted something didn't happen. So it's always a reminder for us to go back to the Creator, go back inside into our soul to find the happiness. And yet we keep on not learning the lesson, and we keep on looking outside for the happiness. If the happiness was outside, then we would never go inside.
So we need to focus inside and learn the lesson, because world is a reminder. It's a place which everything reminds us of our temporary nature. Makes sense. We will come back to you on what you mentioned, but we'll ask Beltran. You talked about dissonance. You talked about non-integration of mind, body, and soul. Tell us one tip how to integrate mind, body, and soul.
I think the easiest tip that I've been practicing daily is gratitude, because when we thinking about what we we already have, and it's just by something very simple like a breath. Without the breath, we're not going to be even here. So just that this body, like every day in the morning, just open the eyes, still lying on bed. I already say, oh, thank you for this body. And it takes less than 5 seconds for that. And then we can feel that presence, that inner love, that divine love right there. Just put the hands on the heart and just feel that. And I think that is for me, that's how I bring this mind, body, spirit, all alignment. And during the daily life, anything that I encounter anyone, or even when in the silence, I just look at the clouds and I feel grateful that I have a peaceful day today. I feel grateful that I have a car, or I get a nice uh, cup of glass of water like this, and I'm just looking into this. I'm grateful for the water, and I drink that. So all of these little things, my gratitude is, I think, for me, is the easiest way to bring me back and give me that alignment.
She mentioned that the people who are grateful are more happy than those who are not grateful. And as they say, if you are not grateful, you are a great fool. So let's go to Miss Orso. Miss Orso, you mentioned about peace in the body and peace in the mind. My question to you is, at times I have peace in the body, but that time I don't have peace in mind. And at times I have peace in mind, but that time my body is not peaceful. Something or other remains disturbed. How to deal with that? Miss Orso, would you like to answer? Miss Orso, did you listen? Miss Orso? Okay. We'll go to uh, Guvidoji. Guvidoji, you mentioned about focus on Atma. You mentioned about focus on soul. In the last conversation, you said that focus on soul, focus on let Atma lead the show. Tell us few practical tips because it's a very abstract concept. Atma, soul, it's too abstract. Tell us one or
Yes.
two tips which I can start living from today itself so that I can focus on Atma or
Yeah.
soul or spirit, some people rightly say. But it's difficult to translate
Yes, for
in
me
English.
it's easy because I'm a philosopher, so I deal with that anyway. But I would tell the people practicing the steps of Patanjali. Everybody knows probably here. Huh? So there is, for example, focus on your thinking. What are your thoughts? Focus on your emotions. See what is coming and going. When you see their neighbors, not what I mentioned, or if this is what you feel, what you want, what you long for, um, how is it? Is it good? Is it there? There can yoga be help because we have again Patanjali these yamas and niyamas. No, there's one. Don't long for things of others. Yeah, and stay with yours. I paraphrase now, no? Yeah, and there is a good thing what yoga could do. Yeah, there's a help. Yeah, and wie gesagt, close your eyes. What is important for now? Huh? You have a home. You have enough to eat. Hopefully, there's peace around you. No war. Yeah, then you can make yoga. That's it. Stay on your mat or your chair, like me here. That's it. No? You have
So
hopefully
he said
income.
have a
Yeah, that's it.
he said have a mat and do meditation. Go inside yourself, follow 8 limbs of yoga, and that will help you. So now to you, Miss. Also, I asked you that what are the practical tips you would like to give to our audience to get a peaceful mind? What they can start doing from today itself? Please unmute and speak.
Yeah. So I would say that yoga and meditation helps people to keep the peace of mind. So that's why the yoga is becoming very. I'm speaking about Mongolia, but worldwide also, and especially I know in Mongolia, just for example, in Mongolia, only in 2010. Our yoga studio was the first one in Mongolia, 2010. So now we have in Ulaanbaatar alone over 100 yoga centers. So the people realize yoga can give you peace of mind and also helps you to keep you healthy. So that's I think big thing now in Mongolia. In Mongolia, yoga is developing very rapidly, and the Yoga Federation of Mongolia is very active in promoting yoga in Mongolia. So, that's what I
Anything along with meditation for a peaceful mind.
Yes, yoga and meditation, and of course pranayama. Yeah, all these things are beneficial to keep the peace of mind and keep you happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Nair, one practice that you do daily today to remain happy.
So as Guido is saying that the Patanjali yoga is very useful, the 8 limbs, but in sometimes we just can't find in a situation very hard. So ask yourself, who are you? What is your role? And then take a deep breath in, do your pranayama, and be the witness, and just everything will pass. You're internally happy. You're the happiness inside, right? So if situation outside is not so good, take a deep breath in and just be the witness.
Just witness, see who you are, and situations will come and go. They don't define you. Mhm. One practice that you do daily, Bell, other than gratitude, to remain happy in life.
Yes, another thing that I've done daily to remain happy is actually to practice non-attachment. So detachment is what I've been practicing, letting go, because many times during the daytime we are we face situation that we're not happy about, or we face some negative emotions and different things. So what I've done is I will review my day and then I say I have done enough. So this contentment, I am enough, I have done enough, and the world is enough for me. So this practice of contentment helps me to remember that I'm not responsible for the world or the result in around me. I have done my part, and I believe that God or the Creator, the universe, will take care of the rest. So.
Thank you. Now, Guido ji, one thing that you do daily to remain happy, other than meditation and what you shared before.
One thing you could do is pray.
Nice.
No, so depends on your religion. Let's say you're a Hindu, no? Then you could say, yeah, well, I repeat a mantra, for example. No? Or if you're Christian, let's say, then, well, thank God for your health, for your, but the things, for your bread. No?
Thank
you. Our Father, there is give us our daily bread. So, rice here. So, meaning give us everything what is needed for us, and I'm thankful for that because I can develop myself now. I can learn from it. I have time for hopefully time and also silence for meditation, what is needed. Yeah, and I can develop myself.
Thank you very much. And dear friends who are watching us from different parts of the world, we started discussing, is happiness a skill that can be trained through yoga? Dr. Nair started saying that It is actually our true nature. It's not a skill, it's the true nature. We are born out of happiness. This is our true nature. The only point why we have lost seemingly is because we are looking somewhere else. We are searching is outside, we are searching permanent happiness in impermanent things. We are searching infinite bliss in finite things. And that is why it is important that to see world not as a place of misery but as a place of reminders. It is an opportunity to learn. Every experience of world is a learning experience, he said. Learn the lesson. And he said the world provides both yoga and bhoga. It's a choice. If you won't learn, the world will become a cycle of bhoga for you. But if you learn, he mentioned, it will lead to yoga union with infinite bliss. How to do that? He said, ask some basic questions from yourself. Who you are. And whenever situation comes, just hold on and witness the situation. It reminds me of Krishna says, just see. Situations comes and goes like clouds in the sky. So he said, just witness. You are not the situations. Situations will come and go. They don't define you. So those basic questions, asking yourself, who are you? What you are here for? What is your purpose of life? And whenever difficult situation comes, see what lesson it has for you and hold and witness it. This is how you can establish in happiness. Bell said happiness is certainly our nature, but with more and more wants, increasing desires, we are losing it. Another reason is to connect with Dr. Nair, we forget who we are, and second, we forget Beltran, what we want. When you say in relationships, the same person who used to give happiness once now is giving misery. We don't know what we want. So she said there is an inconsistency in mind, body, soul connections. Mind is saying something else, body wants something else, soul wants something else, and inconsistency, non-integration is a problem. In that, I would like to add what Guidoji profoundly said. He said, if there is an integration, focus on what Atma says. Let Atma lead. Let Atma lead the Buddhi, the intelligence, and intelligence, let it lead the mind, and let mind lead the senses, as we say. So, Mr. Guido mentioned, focus on Atma whenever there is a dissonance. Then Bell continues saying that one strong technique we all can follow to be happy in life, be grateful. Gratitude, start your day with gratitude. And she said, remember, we have got enough for our needs. Mahatma Gandhi said that world has enough for everybody's need, but not a single person's greed. She said, I remain contented. I have done enough. The feeling that I have done enough, I have done whatever I could have. That feeling is important. I have done my part. Do your duty, for perform your swadharma. Give your best and leave the rest. And she said, when we say leave the rest, she said, let go. If you will hold on to negative things, it will keep reminding negative things in your mind and it will lose your happiness. And for that, she used the word disattachment. Don't get attached to whatever is negative. Let it go. This is the method to be peaceful and happy in life. Guidoji mentioned that yes, happiness and ananda is our true nature, but we lose it because of comparison. All three guests brought different points of losing happiness too, but they all agreed that happiness is our true nature. Why we are losing it, they provide variety of reasons which are correct. And how to reach back to that happiness, Guidoji mentioned 8 limbs of yoga. Take your mat and meditate. And he said, never forget to pray. When you pray to the higher, there are possibility you reach to the higher. It increases your own consciousness. He said, follow your own path and you may use mantra or nama japa. That will be a constant reminder, as Dr. Nair mentioned. When you keep on chanting something regularly, it remains fresh in mind. And what is my purpose in being over here? And then we had our friend from Mongolia also. Also, Miss Orso, she said that body and mind both needs to be peaceful, then only peace will be established. You may be very contented here, but if body is not healthy, it is the temple, body is the temple of the soul. It also has to be kept healthy. And mind also has to be kept healthy. How to keep body and mind healthy when asked? She said, this is what yoga is for. Yoga is a science of body and mind. It goes beyond it for achieving self-actualization. She said meditation, do regular pranayama also. I'm sure that people who are watching us from different parts of the world, they will assure that they'll seek permanent happiness, not the temporary one. They'll stop comparison. They will limit their desires. They will focus on prayers, questioning, self-question, swadhyaya, pranayama, 8 limbs of yoga, letting go, and gratitude. In gratitude to all 4 of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Guido. Thank you, Shivaji. Thank you, Beltran. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Geshe Nuang Sonam. In 1995, he joined Sera Monastic University to devote his life for intensive study and practice of Buddhism. He has been formally ordained by Kebze Dakpa Rinpoche and received the highest monastic ordination of Bhikshu from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Presently, he is working as a translator and a Buddhist scholar. His first book is In the Footsteps of Siddhartha, was published in 2010.
Namaste, namaste, Sonamji, Geshe,
Namaste,
Nawam,
namaste.
Sonamji. So
Sujamji, namaste.
it's a blissful to be with here today, and whole years are with you to listen about yoga for conflict resolution in the kind of world we are living today. Your message will be very much important. Thank you.
So I have 15 minutes to speak. Yes. So yeah, I don't see any other here. Have we started?
Yes, we are listening to you.
Okay.
Because yes, we all are listening to you. Just on screen,
Right,
you are.
Okay, you hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes. Your sound is
Alright,
absolutely.
okay, yeah.
Thank you.
So yoga for conflict resolution on that topic. First of all, I would like to thank United Consciousness for having me here, and for all their consistent initiatives towards bringing world peace through yoga. And I'm also honored to speak on yoga as a means for achieving harmony in our society, resolving conflicts. Now, even though I'm a Tibetan and I'm speaking as a Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist, what we have, the culture that I derive my knowledge from, originally came from India. India is the land from which Buddhism originated and flourished in Tibet for the last more than 1,000 years. So according to our understanding of yoga, the Tibetan word equivalent as translators, or in translation, the word that we use as an equivalent for yoga is Nenjor. So I don't know literally what yoga means in Sanskrit or in a language, but yoga as translated in Tibetan means Nenjor. Nel means appropriate. Jor means align. So aligning your mind with what is appropriate. That is what we understand by the word Nenjo. Now, how is that relevant to the practice of bringing peace around the world? First of all, we have to remember that when we speak about world peace, we are speaking about peace within the minds of every individual around the world. If we have compassionate leaders around the world, people who are always compassionate, if there's love and affection for one another in any society, or even think of that on a small scale. In a family, if there is affection, trust for one another, sense of care for one another's well-being, not overriding others' well-being, not doing anything at the expense of others' well-being. Of course, we all aspire to be happy. But our happiness, of course, and also we have every right to achieve happiness. The means to achieve one's own personal happiness or happiness for one's own selective society should not be a means to override the interests and well-being of others. Now, if you, in Buddhist practice of yoga, where actually we are speaking of two kinds of yoga. One is physical yoga, another is mental yoga. Of these two, if you have proper mental yoga, then physical yoga is easy. If you don't have proper mental yoga, then physical yoga, how much it brings peace for oneself and others, it's debatable. Now, important thing is everything begins with an aspiration for one's own well-being. Because we feel it so vividly, so you cannot speak about others without any knowledge of your own reality. So your reality is that you want to be happy. Now, likewise, every other sentient being, I'm not just saying humans on this earth, every other creature that has a sense of pain and pleasure has every right to be happy as much as you have. So if that becomes a given reality for you, and if you remain conscious of that, whenever you engage with others, you engage with this memory that as much as I wish to be happy, they also wish to be happy. And I have no right to trample on the right of others. And although I have every right to be happy and acquire means for my own happiness, the means that I apply to acquire my own happiness should not be at the expense of others' happiness. Now, why is that? Now, you should think, why should I care? When you think, why should I care about others' well-being? When I actually set out to achieve my own well-being, is because I cannot exist on my own independently. The body that I think is mine actually came from my parents. Everyone knows that. If you don't acknowledge that reality, then you're nobody. You're not a proper human if you cannot acknowledge facts that we all know. So our body came from our parents. Their bodies came from their parents, and so forth. Now, the survival of this body, actually, you cannot survive on your own. For example, I'm wearing a monk's robe, monastery robe. The clothes that I have actually came from many sources. The food that I eat on a daily basis came from others. So if we look at our own well-being, our well-being cannot be fulfilled by oneself alone without depending on others. Now, if you take it in the context of a society, in a society consists of many people. So the well-being of society depends on every individual of the society. Even for one's safety, if the society is a compassionate society, you feel safe. Economically, academically, politically, from every respect, our well-being depends on others. So when you are conscious of that, then no matter whatever their religion is, whatever their philosophy is, however they look, whether they are white, brown, black, whatever their nationality is, what language they speak, doesn't matter. because we are all basically part of the human society. You know, our earth is our big home. We have smaller homes in our own community. And then if you go a little further, then our own community is our home. And if you go further than that, then our state is our home. Then if you go further, then our nation is our home. And if you extend it further, then the whole world is our home. And then you can even think in terms of universe. And if you look at oneself, then you are a tiny portion of this big home, the earth. So if you're able to think like that, then you cannot exclude the well-being of other if you really want to be happy. So that's very important. We are not applying any philosophy here. We are actually thinking about reality. So if you apply intelligence in the way you think about others and your well-being, then the way you approach your own pursuit of reality will not come at the expense of others' happiness. And destruction of others is self-destruction. For example, we all know there are wars being waged around the world. Who is winning? Nobody's winning. Billions of dollars destroyed. This money, the intelligence that you use, the human skill that you use to destroy others, doesn't bring you any real benefit. If you really want to feel safe as a nation, you better be a compassionate nation. You better be an intelligent nation and not think of eliminating others to put yourself forward. If you do that, you will never achieve real stability, and your means to achieve world peace or security is by using force. And so long as you use force against others, one thing is you cannot eliminate others entirely. And even if you eliminate others entirely, if there is anger, frustration in your mind, you'll never be happy. On the contrary, if there is compassion, sense of care for others, the concept of interdependence, then you will be happy. That's, I'm not speaking as a practitioner, but as a citizen of the world, I'm speaking by using common sense. So now in Buddhism, we go further. If I look at another sentient being, just as I remain grateful to my mother, my parents, people who have been vividly kind to me in this life, whose kindness I actually remember, then I can apply the same concept to other sentient beings, because we believe in infinite universe system. And the evolution that we have of a one universe system is not just one evolution. There are limitless, there were limitless evolutions. And our mind, in Buddhism, we do not speak about Atma. Of course, we speak about self, but we do not speak about Atma, or nor do we speak about a creator or Ishwar. But the infinity of our consciousness goes back from this life to the previous life and the previous of that and so forth. So if you exist infinitely, every sentient being that you see, even if they are your enemy, so-called enemy in this life, they have been your mothers multiple times. So and then people might use reason, yes, if they have been your mother multiple times, that's true. They also have been your enemies, so why love them instead of hating them? That's an important point. Because if you hate them, anger arises. Anger does not harm others directly, it harms you first. And even if your anger harms others, there is no benefit for you. On the contrary, if you think of the positive sides, there are two realities here. One is they have been your mothers and very loved ones. One is that they have been your hated foes and have treated you very badly in your limitless lifetime. But one is they also have been your mothers, fathers, sisters, children, and have you treated you very well in your past lives. Now it's up to you to choose what is beneficial for you. You have option to think of both. Think more of their animosity and develop anger and frustration and fight and destroy one another, or think of one another's kindness, think of one another with a sense of care, empathy, sense of gratitude. If you do that naturally, whether others know what you're thinking or not, irrespectively, you are always mentally at peace. And when you are mentally calm and happy, then you cannot create anger and difficulties for others. So basically, what we try to do is apply the concept of discernment, wisdom of discernment in your approach to your practice. So in Buddhism, when we speak of mental yoga, that means meditation, basically. Physical yoga, like sandfall postures of Vajrayana, that's needed. That's to keep your mind alert and focused. And when you actually focus, then you focus first. There are two ways of meditation. One is contemplative meditation. Contemplative meditation entails thinking of the impermanence nature of oneself. Impermanence, that is inevitable. It may come anytime. The causes of death are limitless. Even the cause and even the means that is used for our survival, like medicine, could become poison and kill us anytime. So if you know your limitations as a human being, because our body is basically not like a rainbow kind of body, it's made of bone, blood, pus, subject to influence by the four elements from outside. You can get destroyed anytime. So given your reality, now you should be practical. Destroying others does not guarantee one's longevity, nor does it guarantee one's own happiness. So on the contrary, if you're compassionate, concerning, then if you're mentally happy, then you can take any kind of difficulty with wisdom. If you're mentally agitated, your judgment, your decision will always be biased, destructive, and eventually you could even kill yourself. So thinking in terms of impermanence, but at the same time thinking that we have our human intelligence, then you always use common sense, reasoning over and again, over and again. And so even though we have the option of thinking in the negative way, we do not do that. We always try to align our minds with a positive thinking. So thereby, if you remember your mother's kindness and feel affection for them, apply the same thing with every other sentient being, irrespective of whatever they are right now. You don't concentrate on them. You don't emphasize on that. You don't emphasize on the fact that they wish to be happy just like you. They have every right, and they have treated you very fairly. So if you think like that, then feeling compassion for others is natural. And if your compassion is there, and if it's combined with wisdom, then we can have actually a safer world. Another thing is the concept of anatma, emptiness, may seem insignificant for you. But no, every destructive emotion arises from the thought of an eternal self. Me. First, Dignac, Dharmakirti, all Buddhist philosophers said, first you grasp at an independent, unitary, partless self, me. Then you form mine. And with that arises a concept of they, them, others, as if they are eternal. But if you think of me, where is I? If your body is you, then you have lots of parts of the body. So you're multiple person, but you are one individual. If your mind is you, your past mind is finished, ceased. The future mind has yet to come. Where is the present? If you try to pinpoint present, you won't find a present. So there are a lot of logics why we are not able to locate an eternal, pointable self. But when we have anger, attachment, jealousy, the thought of an independent, pointable, concrete self arises. That becomes the basis for attachment, anger. So the Buddhist concept of emptiness actually touches at the very root of our aggressive mindsets. If you're able to think that, self and others are basically merely imputed. If you try to pinpoint others, no, it's just very abstract. If you pinpoint self, very abstract. So it's almost like dream. In a dream, you may get married, you may have children, you may die, but when you wake up, you know that the dream happened. But the dream is not so real like real life. Likewise, our own thought of others, we looks very absolute. But if you critically search, nothing is absolute. So everything is illusion-like. If you're able to think like that, then no attachment, no anger, no aversion. So this kind of Buddhist yoga, very difficult. But we use the concept of interdependence to come to the concept of emptiness. And the meditation on emptiness is to attack one's own negative emotions. And you combine that with one's aspiration to achieve happiness and apply the same logic on others, and then try to complement these two, wisdom and compassion, complement one another for one's own well-being. Even the pursuit of enlightenment or nirvana, liberation that we actually do, this is with the aspiration that not only should I get enlightened for myself, I should be the one to lead others to Buddhahood. So with that compassionate mindset, we practice. Okay. So in Buddhism, we do not believe in wars. Okay. We do not believe in destroying others for one's own survival. Okay. So I think my time is running out now. Do I have time? I'm not able to hear you. You're muted, Dr. Vikram.
Yes, Geshe Sonamlaji. Yes, time is over actually. Yes.
Yeah. So, because and I've been conscious of that. So with this, I want to actually emphasize that time is limited for us. At the most, we may live another 30, 40 years. And eventually we'll all perish. So why destroy others? They also perish. So while we are together, then let's not create difficulties for one another. Okay? As much as you and your children, your family members, your nation wants to be happy, others on the other side, whatever their religion is, whatever they are, they're also human beings, sentient beings. So if you have that common sense, you'll never create troubles for others.
Thank you very much, Geshe Sonamji. It is very profound and very comprehensive talk. You also talk about our infinite existence, and whom we call today as enemy might be mother in many lifetimes.
Yes.
So before putting our emotions to anybody, we must see the bigger picture also. And you also mentioned that we come from our parents, and this food, clothes comes from many things. We are so much dependent on each other, and when we hate, the anger harms ourselves first. We are so much interdependent upon each other, and that is, and many other reasons also you mentioned. For that, we must have compassion for all the beings across the planet. Thank you very much.
And let me add one point, just one point. People tend to think if you're kind, compassionate, patient, then you are silly and foolish. No. On the contrary, succumbing to anger, animosity, frustration, jealousy shows the weakness of your wisdom. People who cannot listen to logic, they fight, physically fight and destroy one another. If you can listen to logic, you will use common sense. Okay, so it's not weakness. Compassion is not weakness. Okay, patience is not because of weakness. It is actually the strength of your mind to be able to see through the bigger picture. That's very important. Okay.
Thank you very much for adding that also. Thank you.
Yeah.
We are delighted to introduce Ms. Shelja Manon, a visionary yoga teacher, acclaimed author, TV host, and inspirational speaker dedicated to promoting mental wellness through yoga. Originally from Coimbatore, India, and now based in Malaysia, she is the founder of Mat and Beyond Yoga Studio in Selangor. With over 25 years of teaching experience, she has hosted the popular Yoga Shakti TV series and authored the celebrated books Yoga Shakti Awakening Your Own Power and Breath Bend Be, both landed at international festivals and endorsed by eminent leaders. She conducts online and corporate yoga classes on stress management as well as impressive workshops and retreats that explore the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, asanas, pranayama, dhyana, and self-study. Her compassionate and holistic approach empowers diverse audience across the US, UK, and India, inspiring transformative change and fostering a deep connection between body, mind, and spirit. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Shelja Menon.
Shelja ji, namaste. So much happy and in gratitude for you that you took out time and such a wonderful topic you have chosen for guiding us through meditation, conscious relationship, cultivating empathy and compassion in modern life. All our ears to you. Thank you very much.
Namaste, everyone. So first of all, of course, I have to thank Dr. Vikrant Tomarji and the team of United Consciousness for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my love for yoga. So I'm going to start right away. I'm just going to set a little bit of a context for the practice. Yeah, I'm supposed to lead a meditation session, but I think context is important. So the context of meditation in terms of Ashtanga Yoga is the seventh limb of yoga. Yeah, so when we look at it like that, actually there's a lot of preparation that has to happen before we can step into meditation. Yeah, so straight away, if we come and sit, right, our minds are agitated, we're upset with people, we want to get back at people, we're worried about something, right? No meditation is going to happen. Yeah, so preparation is important, and the way to do that is to be able to collect our attention, focus our attention, which in terms of Ashtanga Yoga would work as dharana, pratyahara, dharana, and then dhyana, yeah, which is the sequence. So I'm going to start with a little bit of the preparation and then go into the practice. Yeah, it's a very beautiful topic that I have to lead you through, and I'm so excited to do this. So let's get going. And one more context to the practice is our brain structures. Yeah, our brain structures naturally just churn out all of these things that make us unhappy, right? It's constantly thinking about our past glory. It's thinking about the chances that we missed out on, that how we could have done better. We compare ourselves. So these are certain brain structures that keep going on, right? So we have to down regulate these brain structures so that naturally we can connect to these beautiful emotions and attitudes of compassion and empathy, right? So we're going to start with a body scan. Yeah, so it may seem like a very simple practice, but this body scan is actually a very profound practice where we direct our attention to different parts of the body, hold our attention there, and then in this manner, what happens, they say, is that it upregulates certain other brain structures like the insula, which are responsible for these beautiful emotions of compassion and empathy. So there have been a lot of studies on the brain, and they have found that the insula actually gets activated even when they have studied monks who meditate on world peace and compassion, and the same insula is activated there as well. Yeah, so to understand that there's a lot of science that has gone into all of these practices, and they really help us to manage our minds. Yeah, so the mind on its own can make a hell out of heaven, heaven out of hell. So we need to be able to regulate our mind first. So we're going to step into the practice now. We're going to start with a body scan. I'm going to follow that up with a little bit of breathing, yeah, because the breath again is one of the most powerful tools that we have to bring the mind to a balanced, harmonious, tranquil state. And then we step into the meditative practice, right? So let's begin. So sit in a comfortable position wherever you may be. You could be sitting on a chair, right? I'm just comfortable on a yoga mat, so I'm here on the floor. And when you sit, just close your eyes and just bring your attention to your body. Yeah, so just sense your body. Sense your spine, make sure your spine is tall, become aware of your shoulders, make sure you externally rotate your shoulders so that that heart space is open, right? Remember, mind, body, breath, energy, all of it is connected. So the way we sit is so important, right? If you're sitting with our chest rounded, chest cave, shoulders rounded, chest caving in, right? That already is deadening our energy, like making us droop, right? So how we sit is so important, yeah, which in many ways is why asana practice comes on early, so that we develop that awareness of our body. Yeah, so sitting tall, shoulders open, chest open, right? And then bring your attention to your feet. So wherever you may be, right? I'm on the floor, so I can feel the outer edges of the feet on my mat. If you're sitting on a chair, try to feel the soles of your feet on the floor, right? And connect to sensations. Yeah, connecting to that sensation of touch, the feet on the floor. Yeah, become aware of your knees, bring your attention to your knee, right? Attention is the underlying practice, whether it is asana practice, pranayama practice, dhyana practice, the underlying practice is attention practice. Yeah, so really conscious of your attention, directed consciously, hold it. These are all skills that we learn. So directing your attention to your right knee, hold your attention on your right knee. Yeah, bring your attention to your left knee, hold your attention on your left knee. Yeah, become aware of your sit bones. These are the bones you feel when you're seated. Yeah, bring your attention to the right sit bone, just feel it. Connect to that sensation of touch, sit bone on the mat. Become aware of your left sit bone, feel it. Sit bone on the mat. Yeah, become aware of your spine, sense your spine. Let your awareness flow up your spine, from the base of your spine to the top. Yeah, become aware of your shoulders, sense your shoulders, the right upper arm, right? Letting your awareness flow and also developing that beautiful capacity to visualize. Yeah, all of these are ways in which we can hold our attention, right? Because this is going to be a running theme. Attention is the key, yeah, to access deeper dimensions of the mind, like meditation, absorption, dhyana, samadhi, all of that. The key is attention. Yeah, so visualization is another capacity through which we can really hold our attention, gather our attention. Yeah, become aware of your left shoulder, sense your left shoulder, visualize your left shoulder, allowing it to flow down, left upper arm, left elbow, left lower arm, left wrist, left palm. Yeah, and see if you can sense that touch. Yeah, sensing your neck, yeah, your face. Just relax your face, relax your jaw. Relax your eyes, the area around your eyes, the skin of your forehead and temples. Yeah, know that mind, body, breath, energy, all of it is connected. Right? So all the stress that we feel in our minds is all reflected in our bodies. Right? And face especially, right, holds a lot of tension. So here what we're doing is conscious work. Yeah, consciously relaxing the face, relaxing the tension, dissolving the tension, right? Activating different brain structures. Yeah, now we connect to body space. Yeah, so just try to sense, bring your awareness, right, to your chest, the front of your body, sensing the chest, the front wall of your body. And then sense the back wall of your body. And sensing the space, yeah, the inner space of the body between the front wall and the back wall of your body. Right, and all of this activates the insula. And then become aware of your ears, sense your right ear, sense your left ear, and sense the space, yeah, between your right ear and your left ear. Okay, all of this requires a deep level of focus, attention. Yeah, and then sense the space in your skull. And already you would find yourself in a very settled state. The mind is settled as attention is focused, gathered, one pointed. Yeah, from Shipta state of the mind, we are directing the mind to Ekagrita, one pointedness. And then become aware of your breath, sense your breath. Yeah, we're just going to do 3 rounds. Right, this 5:5 count is a very powerful count. It brings about a resonance between your mind, your breath, yeah, and eventually through that system of entrainment, even the different organs in your body fall into a state of resonance, which is really so important for health and wellness. So exhaling fully, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just I'm going to stop you here, but on your own, in your houses, right, you can make it a practice of doing 15 minutes of this 5:5 breathing, and it really will help you. So now just sensing your breath, noticing your breath, noticing that tranquil, steady state of your mind, right? And we're going into the compassionate meditation, for which I didn't even have to think so much, right? Because Maharishi Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras has given us a beautiful sutra. In chapter 1, he gives us a blueprint, for cultivating conscious relationships. He gives us these 4 different qualities to cultivate, which are known as Chatur Bhavana. Maitri, which is friendship, Mudita, which is goodwill, cheerfulness, Karuna, compassion, and Upekshanam, which is equanimity. So these are beautiful qualities to cultivate on itself, and he also tells us how we should use them, right? To different categories of people, we have to apply these qualities, right? So we have to really look no further. So he says, let's go through the practice. So when we connect to Maitri, friendship, right? The invitation is to become a Vishwamitra, right? Friend of the world. So as you connect to your heart, just sensing your heart space, and sensing a beautiful golden glow in your heart space, right? And when you hear the term Mitra, right, just who comes to your mind? Right? You're just using that person as a trigger, to connect to that energy of friendship. And we offer that friendship, towards people who are friendly towards us, and eventually we offer it to everyone, to the whole world. So with every face of a friend that comes up, just visualize radiating that friendship. Okay, and then there is this other category of people, who may have like literally like green flags all the way, right? Everything works for them. Success just comes their way. They have all the breaks. And to an untrained heart, these will create feelings of comparison, envy, jealousy, all of which can cloud our chitta prasadanam, that pleasantness, tranquility of our consciousness. So these sutras help us to understand that just because somebody gets a break or somebody has success, it does not in any way diminish our own capacity for success or our own capacity to get these breaks. And that knowledge in itself brings about a beautiful freedom where we can simply appreciate and feel joy in the success of another. So just connecting to someone like that in your life. We all have, even if we don't have them personally, we just have to look in social media, right? And faces and names will come to us. So just visualizing somebody that you think has the life that you want, the job that you want. And then through this knowledge, connecting with the freedom, and feeling that natural empathetic joy, cheerfulness, goodwill, mudita arise in your heart. And feeling that golden glow, with every inhalation, feeling that glow of joy, of goodwill expand in your heart space. and then radiating that out into the world. And then we come to compassion, right? So just through these practices, we already activate insula, which is primes us for these beautiful emotions of compassion. So there may be people in our life who are suffering, mental suffering, physical suffering, losing a job, losing a loved one, right? Suffering comes in so many different varied forms. There's war all around us at this point. So just bring about some image, yeah, and feel that energy of compassion arise in your heart. Yeah, just connecting to that beautiful energy of compassion and expanding that compassion, yeah, towards the world. Feel your compassion expanding besides just people that you know, to your families, to society, to the country, to the world. With every breath, expanding that feeling of empathy and compassion. Yeah, and then finally, there may be people who may not be so charitable to us, right? So towards these people, we have to show upekshanam, which is equanimity, right? To not get affected, to be indifferent to their opinion or not so well-held opinion of us, right? Developing upekshanam, equanimity towards them, right? So I might stop here. I think my time might be over. And I'm just going to end with one mantra, right? So this is a beautiful Shanti mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave, lokha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Cannot hear Vikranji.
Thank
You're
you
on
very
mute.
much, Poojaji. Last time you blessed us with a talk, this time meditation, and one time you also blessed us with yoga asana also. One thing that has always been very specific about your talk, whether it is meditation, yogasana or talks, they are very much rooted in scriptures. So at the same time, they are very contemporary also. You bring a perfect blend of latest 21st century BC solutions and 21st century AD problems. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to invite and welcome Ms. Nivedita Raghunath Bide. She is the All India Vice President of Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari. She has written over 15 books, presented papers in national and international seminars, and given lectures in IITs and universities, including Kansas University in USA. Her responsibilities include training of Jeevan Vratis, dedicated full-time workers of Vivekananda Kendra, training of the teachers of Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalayas, and coordination of Vivekananda Kendra Institutes of Culture, Guwahati. Nivedita Didi has represented India in seminar on Swami Vivekananda conducted by ICCR in 2013 at Melbourne, Australia. She also participated in the international meeting of educational experts at Darwin, Australia, convened by UNESCO for the Asia Pacific region in 1999. So I welcome Nivedita Raghunath Bide to share her views.
Once a person said that suppose if all the animals, birds, insects from the earth disappear, then even man cannot survive. But if man disappears, the earth will flourish very nicely. So what does it mean? It means the earth's balance, survival, or taking care of all the living beings. It depends on the action of man. So how should be the action of man? You know, all the animals, birds, insects, everything on this earth it operates through its instinct, and therefore it rhymes with the natural balance. It goes along with the creation. It contributes to the permanence or the ongoing function of the nature. But unfortunately, man is not like that. He cannot just function out of instinct because God has given him also intellect. Man has intellect. He is sentient being. So, just to give two things which are special in man. One is the I consciousness. The I consciousness of animals is very, very limited, whereas man can identify himself with the family, with the society, with the civilization, and with the whole creation. So one is I consciousness, and the second is the freedom of action. That is, man can think, he can use his intelligence to take the decisions, to decide what is right and wrong. So these two things make man a unique part of creation. Now, because man has this freedom of action and also I consciousness, naturally it is expected that man uses it to evolve. Evolve in such a way that is his action contributes to the well-being of the planet. When we say his action will contribute to the well-being of the planet, for that man has to be an evolved being, a man with evolved consciousness. Only then it is possible. So, for man to be a person with evolved consciousness, what we need is practice of yoga. Yoga Shastra. The very purpose of Yoga Shastra is to make man realize his divine nature or to be one with the whole universe and even beyond. So when we say that, unfortunately, in most of the places, even if we may be knowing somewhere, but still we limit practice of yoga only to the practice of asanas, pranayam, and maybe little bit of dhyan. So we limit it to that. But yoga is not just asana pranayam. It's not just some physical exercise or even mental exercise, but it is much beyond that. So even this asana pranayam, when a person is doing, what is expected is that he does it with full awareness, internal awareness, and also the mindfulness or the presence of mind. Suppose he is doing asana, raising the hand, then each muscle, what change it is coming, and somewhere a practice or what to say, a habit is developed that to observe the things, be aware of it, and then also in a way what is happening is to the body, I am away from it. Slowly that thinking, that understanding, that dimension is developed, and therefore asana and pranayam are not just physical exercise. Maybe you put some song and song is going on and you just do hand, leg here and there. That's not expected. It has to be done with complete awareness. And it is such awareness which slowly makes person realize, because another, a definition of yoga is yujjate anena iti yogaha, or yoga is, being one with whatever name we want to give, divine, Ishvara, the power, or the interconnection of the whole world, because we know the whole world is interconnected, interrelated, interdependent. So that what connects the whole world, that is called as either God or power or energy or whatever, or consciousness. So when we say yujyate anena iti yogaha, the purpose of doing yogasana is that what is in me is everywhere, and therefore my behavior with the whole creation should be such that I add to the harmony, to the balance, and to the well-being of the world around, to this whole planet where I am born, I am taken care of. So just this earth is like my mother, and how I should be aware, conscious, and caring for my mother, I care for this planet. And this planet is also equally conscious. We know it balances. If something is going very much beyond the nature, then the earth knows how to balance itself. We all know that after the Second World War, you know, the children which were born, many of them were only the men, that is boys. Why? Because in war many men had died. So earth knows how to balance, and we are part of that consciousness. Therefore, whatever I do with others, I behave with others, it is with that full consciousness. So I may be doing the practice of asanas, pranayamas, dhyana, but that practice for whatever time I do every day, maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hour, half an hour, whatever it is. But it reflects in my behavior for the other 23 hours. So that's how in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, sage Patanjali, when he explains yama, that is satya, ahimsa, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. That time, after telling that sutra, he says, ete jati desha kala samayan avachinnaha sarvabhauma mahavratam. That is, all these 5 yamas, that is truth, non-violence, non-stealing, not collecting things too much to ourselves, or the greed, means having no greed, and also a very well behavior with the opposite sex. So all this, there are very deeper meanings to all this, but just to tell this, that for all these 5, they define our interaction with the world around. And Patanjali says, ete jati desha kalan samayan avachinnaha sarvabhauma mahavratam, means these are to be practiced without break, either by time or by your age or the period in which you are, or also the duty what you have, whatever may be, everyone has to follow it for all the time. You cannot follow asanas for all the time. You cannot be doing pranayama for all the time. You cannot be sitting in samadhi for all the time. But what is expected of a person is 24 hours. Ete jati desha kalan samayan avachinna sarvabhauma mahavratam. He calls it as mahavratam, the great vows. So that is how, if we understand these 2 sutras of yama and what Patanjali says of yama, that is first 2 things. And second thing, whatever is the practice, we have to do it with awareness, with mindfulness. If we are doing that, then my all actions with others, that awareness, that balance, that mindfulness comes, and I see that is my internal balance brings the well-being of the world around. There is also a great science to it. That is how I behave with others. In others, it's not only human being, it's not only animals, it's not only all the animate things, but all inanimate things. So how I behave, interact with others, my thinking, my awareness, my harmony within or balance within, it also creates the similar vibration in others. That is, if a person with proper practice of yoga has that balance within, wherever he goes, he creates that. He brings harmony around him. In olden days books, there is description that any sadhu or sannyasi, whatever penance or practice he is doing, slowly the animals around him, in certain area around him, he would have created such vibrations that they all become helpful to each other. That is, even a serpent will take care of a frog. If that frog is sick, he will not eat that sick frog, or that frog is giving birth to babies, it will not hurt that mother frog. So like that, descriptions are there. By our behavior, by our inner development, we bring such vibrations around, which also make others vibrate with the harmony, with the happiness, with the unity of the world around. And therefore, yoga is not just a sadhana for an individual, but it is for making the whole world, this planet, a conscious planet, a planet which is, which is aware of the interconnection of oneness.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Ms. Nivedita Bhede for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness and sharing her views.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्.
This shloka means, may everyone be happy, may everyone be free from all diseases, may everyone see goodness and auspiciousness in everything, may none be unhappy or distressed. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. I am highly privileged to have this opportunity to present my gratitude to all those who have witnessed and blessed this event directly or indirectly. I believe that this is not the end, but the beginning of our journeys. The journeys towards the noble cause of removing the 14 divides rooted in human race and promoting harmonious and peaceful coexistence. Firstly, I thank the God for blessing us all. I am feeling honored to thank our Honorable Chief Minister from Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, and Ministers of Government of Madhya Pradesh, to Mr. Rajesh Rabindranath of Project Self USA, Yogi Baba Adnan and Madam Kubuk of Siddha Ashram Yoga Center, Mr. Andre Reel of Nidra Yoga, Swami Suryananda Saraswati of European Yoga Federation, Mr. Sukhdev Volker Bretz of Yoga Vidya, Ms. Patricia Wegle of AAYT, Ms. Emilio of CUIDY, Ms. Valentina Cortene of African Spiritual Council, Mr. Andre Lebanau of Yoga Lam, Mr. Josh Pryor of Yoga Australia, and Mr. Jose Ruge of the for your invaluable contribution and support. I'm also very thankful to Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar of United Consciousness for hosting such a beautiful program. I also thank Denise Scotto, International Day of Yoga Committee, UN. I am very thankful to Mr. Meghraj Singh Royal, Chairman, United Global Peace Foundation, India. I also thank Team United Consciousness for their valuable contributions to such a beautiful program.